Hi everyone, this is Ryan Hoyme, aka Massage Nerd, and today I'm at the Alliance for Massage Therapy Education Conference. So today I have Gina Simpson. Hi.
Hi.
Nice to meet you.
You too, Ryan.
So how did you get involved in massage then?
Well, I'd always been a touchy-feely person,
Yeah.
and in 1986 I had the opportunity to go to school. I didn't really get a sense of knowing that it was a vocation that was, one, to be paid,
Yep.
and two, take my natural instincts into a career mode. And so I went to the Florida School of Massage in Gainesville, Florida,
Okay.
and it was just the jumping off point for the rest of my life.
Okay. Did you have any kind of mentors while you're going through massage school?
Then the people that stood out for me are Paul Davenport, who was at that time my anatomy and physiology teacher. He now owns that very school. But Michael Loomis was my sports massage instructor, and he was the one that inspired me to take my education to the next level. I went ahead and got certified in sports massage.
Okay.
So even at that time, prior to completing all of the major and minor components of my first program, I came away with 750 hours of education from the Florida School of Massage.
Wow.
Yeah, it was very nice.
Yep.
25 years later.
Yeah, exactly. And so where do you work now then?
My husband and I own the Colorado School of Healing Arts in Lakewood, Colorado.
Okay.
Yeah.
So why did you decide to own a school then?
Well, I actually came into it through my marriage to my husband. He had the school for 4 years before I joined him in 1990.
Okay.
And then just by nature of the agreements made as partners go, I just obviously was very invested in helping him build it into a bigger and a better place to be as far as education goes. We celebrate 25 years this year.
Wow.
Yeah.
And what kind of changes have you seen over the years with education, would you say?
Well, it's just ongoing. I think if
Yeah.
you're going to be educators, you have to keep yourself current in the industry standards and really track not just the demands of the consumer, but the population that you're teaching to. We're seeing a much younger group. We're seeing a
Yep.
more electronic influence that shows up in the classroom, and we're really working hard to bring ourselves into that space and be able to talk the same language with the audience.
Yeah, because for over 10 years now I've been teaching massage too, and I've noticed that too. It's younger populations
Absolutely.
are coming and stuff. And
So you got to be
yeah.
tech savvy.
Yep, exactly. But don't let them text in class.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. All phones get turned off when you're in the classroom.
And I actually tell my students to leave their phones on. It sounds weird, but if their phone goes off, they have to buy food for everybody for the next class.
I think I'll use that.
And some students, what they do is, if they know that somebody left their phone on, they'll actually actually dial it in class so they can have food for the next class.
Oh, that's funny.
But all it takes is one time, and the thing is, it's guaranteed they're off all the time.
There you go. Well, see, you have to set examples.
Yeah, exactly.
Perfect.
So do you help in the hiring process then for teachers then?
I work closely with the Director of Education, Chris Smith. She's been at the school even longer than I have.
Okay.
She graduated from the very first course that Dennis offered, and she never left.
Okay.
And so what we look for is a lot of the graduates from our program, as they have been out in the field for a minimum of 3 years and accumulated a lot of hands-on experiences, both through the occupational piece as well as teaching assisting components. They're the first people that we look to hire.
Yep. And any kind of traits you're looking for then too, or?
I think just a real outgoing personality to show enthusiasm for the subject that they're going to be teaching, that desire on their part to always stay, again, current, going into continuing education opportunities, independent of the school's expectations, to be self-motivated in that direction, and to have a good people personality. It's one thing to know the material, but if you're not a good presenter, the message falls flat, and the people looking to receive it don't really take away anything.
Yep. And all these years being a massage therapist, what do you do to keep things alive still?
I continue my education as well, and I'm lucky that we have 11 accredited programs at our school, so I've really taken advantage of a lot of the offerings there, and I'm thrilled to be able to incorporate those into my own private practice, and that's really my passion.
You're still practicing?
I am.
Okay, cool.
Yes.
Yeah. And since for the Alliance then too, are you a member then?
We are.
Yeah,
The school was a founding member last year. We had the opportunity to attend the inaugural conference, and we just see a real value to this organization, and the intention behind it is one to really help to standardize the industry from a national perspective.
Okay, so that's one of the main reasons you got involved in it then? Okay.
Yeah, we want to
Yep,
be partners.
yep,
We want to
yep.
we want to be part of the decision-making process and ensure that as a school owner and providing quality education, that we're engaged in these bigger steps that are going to be made down the road.
Yes, definitely. So what's the best way to get a hold of you if you're interested in your school or
Thank
anything
you.
else?
Yes,
Yeah.
you can contact us through www.csha.net. We have a very well-developed website, and we're very excited with all the things that we do offer. We draw from all over the country to come and attend our school.
Okay, it's been a pleasure then.
Brian, thank you so
Yep,
much
thank
for
you.
the time.
Yep, thanks everyone.
Bye.